So everybody is talking about the second crash, the crash that will actually never come, guys. Think about it. There's so many things that I will discuss in this vlog that will show you that the scary thoughts about the second crash is actually not that scary at all. I mean, what happened in 2020 is absolutely outstanding. Something like this I have never seen on the stock market before. And you have to be fair by having the statement underlined by a statement which says no crash is like the other one, okay? Each one has a special tone, a special source, a special, counter tool to fight against. But let's have a look what happened in 2020. So if you're looking into the chart of the S&P 500, which is always a good representation of the whole market, especially in the US. I'm talking about the US right now here. But as you can see, we started the year pretty good, right? I mean, all-time high after all-time high in the beginning of 2020. And then suddenly, from the highest point back on the 19th of February until the worst point here was about 34%. And I believe that this 34% followed by, a very fast recovery. And, since the recovery, we got back about 60% from there. And since the recent highs, we even are right now 6% or approximately 6% with the recent highs, higher than the recent highs in February, okay? Since then, we lost a little bit right now, about 10%. But as you can see, this was one of the fastest crash and one of the most fastest recovery as well. Now, there's a couple of points that we need to clear out there first, okay? There is no enemy like, for example, in the financial crisis of 2007-2008, there was the banks, right? And it was very hard for the Fed with the moral of, we having our people in the US who pay taxes. And those money plus some printed fantasy money we will put on this problem, okay? This was a very hard step for the Fed in the financial crisis, while those really helped to gain the market in 2009 and about February. There was really the bottom where since then we just went higher. But as you can see, this moral of someone causing this and then to rescue him was not there. Okay, this was a very invisible enemy that nobody can really do anything about it. It was very, very new to us all, and we don't even know how to handle the problem, right? I mean, Vietnam, China did something totally different than South Korea, and South Korea did something totally different than Italy, and Italy did something totally different than Spain, and so on. So we were so overwhelmed by this natural disaster that just affected millions and millions of people is still, so hard to believe that, it was just the best way just to shut down everything, okay? And this is exactly what we did. So this was actually a very, very painful process, and therefore you saw this really drop into the market. You saw this unbelievable great unemployment rate spiking high and so on. And slowly we are recovering and, realizing that, for the next time we will be much better educated and can maybe just shut down specific sectors before shutting down, a whole continent or a whole country. So I think that this is two main points to really break down in the cause of the crash in March, because those 2 points we really need now to understand with the second section of this vlog. So what we know, or what is very important, is to differentiate between what is overbought and overvalued, okay? So overbought is the situation when a stock goes too high from one point to the other, because then people, traders, algorithms are seeing, this is really fragile now, because, so much money went into it so fast that, the potential is that people take their profits and it, goes further down. On the other side, if you have something overvalued, something very similar can happen, but it can also happen very slowly, right? And therefore, you see that many people actually, think that something is overvalued while it's only overbought. Like, for example, Tesla stock, right? And this kind of examples go all over the tech industry right now for tech stocks. While you have on the one side also the arguments that this was the best crisis for tech ever. Microsoft said it in their calls that this crisis gave them 2 years ahead, okay, for the actual, business that they planned in the cloud industry. So as you can see, it was a very, very good few months for tech industry, and therefore I think, maybe the right word to describe the situation is an overbought situation, which can be followed by a correction, right? A correction, by 10-15%. We are talking about the crashing when 20% or more occur on a stock price. But on the other side, you can really think of the current situation that people are unsure, and then you come with some uncertainty as well, like, what happened with the election, right? People are saying, if Biden wins or Trump wins, both scenarios have arguments that the market crash, okay? But, we heard the same with Obama, we heard the same with Trump, and, all of these years, the stock market just went further up and up. So as you can see, it doesn't make any difference, in my personal opinion, who wins the election. It makes no sense that people are too much worried about the economy. We will come, specifically long term, okay? I cannot tell you what happened in the months of October or November, or, what stocks go up or down, and if I guess rightly, maybe, the next day ahead, everything goes down and then you say you were not right? Because nobody can predict the short-term developments of stocks, but rather concentrate on the long term, how the stock market will look 1 year from now, 2 years from now, when we are back at a normal, okay? When people get the vaccine, when the health crisis is almost over, then, there will be a boom in so many industries, right? It will be food, it will be travel, right? I mean, all industries that are currently hit will, gain attraction, and people will go from unemployment to employment, or, people will not even get enough people to have at their business, because everybody, just look for the best price and best salary to get, because so many people are asked to be back at their jobs. So as you can see, it's a very exciting time that we are looking into, and therefore don't waste your time and focus on the negatives, but let's focus on the real long-term growth of our humanity. So it's conclusion time, but before we diving into the conclusion, I know you might be a very regular subscriber, and I would love to animate you to press the join button below all the videos, because then you can even get member of this channel, and there's so much as a member that you can gain. So first of all, I think there's a fantastic community with a Discord chat if you are real wolf or higher, and the third tier is even giving you one-on-one with me. We will exchange emails or messages on social media. We can look into some trades together. You can ask me anything that you need to know to become a better investor. So for stock market beginners, as well as very much people that just need someone to talk to while investing, maybe by your own, in just the best things that are out there, in the best opportunities. As you know, we are exactly about that, to find these big opportunities, this once in a lifetime opportunities, and our big track record, right? I mean, if you're looking back, and this is nothing that I can, somehow edit or change. If you're looking into my very first videos, I said that, Tesla stock can change your life, and it did for us all, right? So I hope you join. And on the other side, the conclusion is very important, because there is the thing of the Fed money. And the Fed money not only can help us and steer the economy, it can now even prevent a recession, which was never done before, guys. So we don't know what what is the long-term effect on this. Definitely it's not something that we say, this is the best way to act on that, but definitely it's in action. And this is actually what we need. We need also our government and the risk of the stimulus to really get over, because this is the main part what the governments are used to do, okay? So they are getting tax money from all of us, and therefore they need to act and help all of us in those very, very hard time. And while this moral barrier is not there, they are helping, okay? So you have the safety net that is really helping us to not go into the same hole that we did in March 2020. Now, on the other side, you need to also understand that while people are saying, the economy will go down, 20% are unemployed, but wait, guys, there's still 80% that are employed, okay? So don't overreact the situation. We have the safety net, 80% of the people still working, and we still have running business. And some businesses are doing even greater than others, okay? It's not like that the financial crisis created a global wave where no industry is really working well, but you see that, the digitalization got a huge push, okay? So the people at Amazon and the other tech giants are, really benefiting from that, and this is creating more jobs, right? So we need to have from one to a couple of this kind of big events that totally change our world. This was always the case, okay? So even dinosaurs were totally, I don't want to say the word, but they were really, screwed up by this meteor that fall down on Earth. And exactly these big events are changing how we humans go further. This is, after each crisis, we learn so much. And it's important to not, focus on the bad things, the negative things, when can come the next crash. You cannot prevent and forecast the next big crash anyway, okay? There's people, because of views and everything, they are specialized in very, very negative news, in very thinking about the next big crash, right? So as you can see, this is very, very hard to predict, and not even the guys who are predicting every year that there's a crash could specifically predict this kind of crash. So, don't bother with that. Concentrate on those companies that are really, really bringing you value over the next years. Focus on those companies that are really changing how we live, so you can benefit and you can do this together with me. So I'm looking forward to the next vlogs to watch together with you and my daily live streams as well.